Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world, across Africa. Uh, we really appreciate you coming to listen and to participate here at the Global Chamber monthly conversation about opportunities in Africa. Today, we have two main focal points, and then we'll open up the floor to other opportunities. We're going to be talking about the investment summit that Nima Maleli of Global Chamber Tanzania has put together with the government there, July 9 through 11. And hopefully Nima will be unfrozen here shortly. And I know several of you are part of that. And we'll be talking about what's coming up and how best to capitalize on that opportunity. And then I'd also like to introduce first Titi and Abisagun. So how do you pronounce your last name?
Spot on, Abisagun.
Abisagun.
Yes.
Abisagun. Like so many African words, when you write it out in Romanji in lettering, it looks very Japanese, which is just, I think, just maybe a phonetic alignment between the Japanese language and African tribal languages. Abisogun would be pronounced a little bit differently in Japanese, but the phonetics of it is very Japanese. As is Titi, is very Japanese as well. Again, very phonetic. Titi came through, I believe, our Global Chamber London originally, and the work that you've done in London, and through that membership, she began to diversify what she wanted to do, including building business in Nigeria and having impact, primarily for women, and changing people's lives in Nigeria. And as part of her journey, she believed, and we believe in her and her mission, and having her be our Global Chamber Executive Director for Nigeria is in alignment both with her own vision of impact and also our own belief that we can be very effective and very successful and very impactful across the country. As I saw Shalom Bako earlier. I think he's not here at this moment, but he was here earlier, and maybe he'll join us again. We had a really great catch-up call last week, and part of that, him being from Nigeria, he was giving me some of the reality of Nigeria, let's just say, in terms of, the challenges that he's faced there. And it's not insignificant. And so the fact that you've had so much success already, and that your vision to have more success is exhilarating, is exciting, and we certainly look forward to supporting that going forward. Would you give a little bit of an update on what's going on in Nigeria, and in particular, how best for us to support you?
Okay, amazing. I think, broadly speaking, every country has their nuances and challenges, but there are still great opportunities in Nigeria, whether it's agriculture, fintech, and other specific spaces. And the reason I say that is because there's still growth in the country. There is still international companies coming in the country, although some have exited. Whilst we still have specific regions that have political instability and insurgency, yes, Nigeria does, there is still businesses and new industries that are evolving. A bit of a sideline now, give you a bit of a heads up. I'm going to be working on a motorsports industry project in Nigeria. And I would never have thought in a month of Sunday that that is an industry that existed. And that's through my own lack of awareness. And that's the point here. We need to be more aware of the different industries that do exist in every country, and work closely with local nationals as well within the country to really help, I guess, provide awareness and bring more attention to the forefront. Specific to our summit, our entrepreneurship summit, I'd like to say that initially we're going to learn best practices from Tanzania. That's in the up and coming weeks. But our journey has been slightly different for Nigeria, because we typically find when you have the investment summit, it's very much one directional. And what we've decided to do with this specific summit, which will be held in September 4th and 5th, 2025 in Abuja, is, and we've actually changed the date. And the reason for that is over the last 4 months, we have had a lot of investors bringing in new industry sets. And I'll give you 2 examples. We've now had investors talking about correctional services. And as you know, the prison service, which is the traditional name in Nigeria that's used, we now call it correctional services. But around the world, it's actually an industry. It's a business. So that's an industry where we've had lots of investors show interest. And another one has been maritime, and not just maritime in terms of building boats, but actually building a maritime fund in Nigeria. So we've had to think about how can we holistically bring more investors to Nigeria. And we've also had lots of investors within the creative art space as well. And again, 2 years ago, I would never have thought of looking or thinking about these industries. But then now investors saying, no, we want to look at Nigeria, we're looking at Africa. So let's look at how we can incorporate that into this global entrepreneurship summit that has now been moved to September 4th and 5th. So I say, yes, we're looking at your traditional industries, but at the same time, we are adding innovation to and building a business ecosystem that we aim to not only have investors coming in, which is one, we're also looking at companies that want to, divest their income into other countries. And then we've also got the companies that want to look at global markets as well. So we've got a 3-pronged approach within our space. And in addition to that, we thought the final twist that I had mentioned for the conference in Tanzania, but we're able to do this because we've got sponsorship, but in short, we're able to have a startup competition. So inviting young, innovative, entrepreneurs that will come and do a pitch about their business. And there are monetary prizes for these potential startups. So again, we look forward to learning experiences, best practice from the Tanzania summit, and we are building the pipeline, and we're growing and we're evolving. And as we move nearer to the time, we'll obviously have a further update. And we look forward to having Shalom on board as well as a speaker, and also Lima. So thank you all. I'd love to hand over to Lima. Thank you very much.
Thank you, TT. Does anybody have any questions about it? I presume maybe the link is already in the chat. Jem, do we have the link to that? I think
yes, I'm adding it now.
Okay, we just updated the date, so sorry, TT, that I missed the date change. This is with a partner, I think, of ours in Nigeria. Is he in Abuja or Lagos or?
Is Abuja and the UAE.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Thank you.
What is it that you want to accomplish with the initiative? What's your ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is, the primary goal is to bring foreign investors, one, and enable all the investors to look and obviously understand, what Global Chamber does as well, because we're building this new chapter, bottom up. Again, great connections and being able to connect with, the wider space of Global Chamber to facilitate further discussions and dialogue. But fundamentally, it really is about having authentic conversations, having meaningful outcomes and collaboration, projects, innovations. And on a country level, it's really about bridging more lean relationships between countries and their project interests and their interests in Nigeria as well. And that's just the start, but it's almost like a Pan-African project that we really would like to work with global leaders together and grow together.
Excellent, thank you. Any questions, please?
Doug, it's Erica. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't have any questions, and excuse me not having my face. I'm making breakfast for my daughter, but I wanted to say, Titi, that I had a conversation yesterday that really was completely separate. And the lady that I was speaking with, who is based on the southeastern part of the United States, was telling me about how there are a lot of people she knows that are eyeing Nigeria, Africa as well, but Nigeria in particular, from her point, for business opportunities. And this is becoming an increasingly common, popular conversation as I'm hearing that. And I'm very happy to say that people are looking at business trade, business opportunities and collaboration. So I just wanted to say well done and thank you for sharing what you did.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you
You're very
much.
welcome.
Josh Chialo is in the room. He does global development. He's a new member of Global Chamber, and I've really enjoyed learning more about his activities, including in Tanzania. I'm not sure how much in Nigeria. Josh, how are you? Not to put you on the spot, but could you say hi?
Hello, I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you so much, Doug. I'm a new kid on the block. We have a great presence and great interest in Africa. So I look forward to learning more from this team and building collaboration. Thank you.
What are some of your priorities, and do any of them intersect perhaps with TT in Nigeria?
I have currently we're looking at Nigeria. We do export-import facilitation. Coincidentally, I lived and worked in Nigeria previously. So it's a country I know not too well, but a bit. So Africa is our stomping ground, and Titi, we can connect bilaterally and see what you're trying to accomplish and where the opportunities are. We're open to building new partnerships and looking at new markets.
Thank you, Josh. We'll do that. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you.
Josh, do you do any work in Ghana? And do you know Ruby Golo by any chance? She's in the room. And
oh, hi, Ruby. Yeah, we do work in Ghana. We do our partnerships and building a work in Ghana. So Ruby, again, looking forward to connect and learn a little bit more about your work as well.
fantastic. Thanks, Ruby, for joining today. Perhaps, what time is it there? So it's what, 10 in the morning. So join and connect in when you're able to. Nima, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry, I had a little bit of connectivity issue.
No problems at all. Where are you today?
Today I'm with AFCFTA Secretariat and SADC Secretariat in GNZ. We've had 2 days in incredible training workshop with the women in spice and herbs here in Tanzania. And right now we are in one of the women in our network industry. And it's very interesting with a lot of things that Africa is doing now for the AFCFTA is doing now for the continent. So it's a great experience, learning a lot and connecting with new people every day. So yeah.
Amazing. That's very exciting. AFCFTA is such a groundbreaking, huge step moving forward. When these types of agreements have been started in other locations, it always seems like this change is so slow. However, the platform, the the stability that it creates around trade and is creating around trade is so significant. Would you, Nima, like to give us an update on the Tanzania event and how we can help?
Yes, I have a presentation that I've asked Jem to share. Jem, can you help in your end?
Yep, she's got it up. Thanks, Jem. Oh, she had it up for a second anyway.
Hold on.
Dr. Pauline Crawford will be there. When will you arrive, Pauline?
Hopefully on the 8th.
The 8th of July.
7th or 8th.
Fantastic.
It's going to be amazing. And we've got some amazing people. There's the screen, Nima. You're on.
Thank you so much. So we in Tanzania are going to have the African Trade and Investment Conference. We are convening it for the first time, and it's going to be from 9th to 11th of July in Dar es Salaam. It will be in a Hayati Regents Hotel. It's a presidential event where we'll be honored few hours with the President of United Republic of Tanzania in the morning section of day 1. And also it is hosted by the Ministry of Industry and Trade, led by Honorable Seleman Said Jaffo. He's been a pillar and a visionary young leader in Tanzania. You can go to the next one, Jim. So what is ATIC? ATIC is African Trade and Investment Conference. It's a premier global platform for trade and investment in Africa. You know, we are also going to do it in person and hybrid events. It aligns with AFCFTA that we've just been talking about, intra-Africa free trade area, and also Tanzania Vision 2050 that is soon going to be launched, and AU Agenda 2063. I just want to add something there. When we say that ATIC is the premier global platform, we connecting Africa to the globe. We want to, now Africans, we are uniting, but we also want to unite the world. So that's why it's called a premier global platform for trade and investment in Africa. Next, Jim. So, yeah. So, what are the opportunities for Global Chamber members? We are partnering with Global Chamber. Global Chamber can access 500 plus investors, policymakers, industry leaders, and high potential sectors in fintech, agribusiness, energy, explore markets in Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Cameroon, Mali. We have people from Mali, Botswana, Gambia, who are going to be there and more. Next, Jim. So other opportunities are online B2B opportunities. We're going to be conducting also hybrid sessions for global participation, as we know that not everyone will be able to come to Tanzania this time, but we want to share the experience and also be able to provide the opportunities for those who won't be here. So we'll be having hybrid sessions. Soon we are going to update our website for that. We have left it like that for purpose because we are encouraging people to attend more in person. And also ATIC connect platforms, virtual B2B meetings, deal tracking, roundtable meetings. We'll be tracking investment pitch lab and startup showcases. And here we're encouraging those who are looking into investing in Africa or in Tanzania. It is good to see what is ready available there with the youth and the women and other people. They will be showcasing the work that they're doing. And if you're interested, you can be able to partner or invest in the project showcased. Next. I've talked about the roundtable discussions, which are high-level talks with ministers, Afrexim Bank, AFCFTA experts. We're going to have ministers from different parts of Africa who have confirmed coming. And topics will be trade policy, digital transformation, women in trade, interactive. And I would like to talk more about this. Women are going to have a special segment. As you all know that we have AFCFTA is having protocols launched for women and youth in Africa, and a lot of projects are going to support women. But also we are going to launch the African Women in Export Network together with Mona, Dr. Pauline. We're going to have global connection for women in Africa and the world. So we are going to have so much interactions, but also trade opportunities among us women. And one thing, we are not going to only be trading the products, but also services. Next, Gem. So we'd like to welcome to join us in ATIC events. You can see the website. Please go through our website, register and join. But we are also encouraging sponsorships. We have an example of David Hallow, who is sponsoring us, although he's not coming. He will be virtually involved, and we're going to present his company in Tanzania during the conference to explore opportunities of collaboration. We're going to have also some Global Chamber speakers in the hybrid events, and also involve the council, Global Council and DOG and the rest in the high-level discussions. And one of the key goals, we want first to unite the Africa, pushing the implementation of Agenda 2063. Two, the implementation of AFCFTA, make sure that we tread smoothly, and this aligns well with Global Chamber, as Global Chamber supports businesses to do business. We want to collaborate. ATIC is open to collaborate with different stakeholders from Global Chamber, businesses that are looking to enter the African market, but are looking into collaborating. We're not only encouraging trading, but we're encouraging partnerships, strategic partnerships with Tanzanian companies and African companies. So yeah, so I would like to welcome you all. Thank you so much, Doug. Before I forget, we're going to have different breakout sessions, real estate breakout session, women event, youth, critical mining, whereby we have an interest from one of the companies in Tanzania who did the research on critical mining value addition phase, and they would like to disseminate what they have. So great discussions. We're going to have authors breakout session, export and import breakout sessions. So we're going to have so many things that will be going on during the conference. Thank you so much, Doug. Back to you.
Fantastic. Paula, Dr. Pauline Crawford, would you like to add anything to the conversation that Nima shared?
I would. Thank you, Doug. We're also going to celebrate the extraordinary lives of three top women. The president herself, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, and also the development queen mother, Dr. Nana from Ghana, and Her Majesty, the woman king, Kosi Gabriela Morocco from South Africa. These three amazing women who lead their nations and their communities. I'm going to honor them with a PhD in entrepreneurship, which is about the extraordinary lives that they have led. And I think it's extremely appropriate that we celebrate women. This is not about men, but celebrating women, deriving export, trade, community, and so much across Africa and into the world. And also we're going to celebrate youth. I've been working with Nima and her Rise Up program, which is 18 to 30-year-olds. And these are the emerging leaders across Africa. So that's going to be fantastic. We're going to hear stories from these young people. So they're going to be very exciting sessions, as well as the conversations about trade. So I'm very excited to be there. It's going to be a long journey, but I shall send back reports and photographs. So thank you, Global Chamber, for putting me into that position, as well as I would not have met Nima if I hadn't been here. So, and thank you, Nima. Nima is the most amazing, courageous woman I have ever met, and we must support her. So thank you, Doug. Thank you all.
Brilliantly said. Thank you very much. Does anybody else have anything to share? It's hard to it's hard to follow both of those.
It is hard to follow both of those, Doug, and I would just like to second what Dr. Pauline has said. Working and collaborating with Nima over the last couple of months has been an absolute privilege. Her vision, her tenacity, her connections to people are visionary, not only for Tanzania, but also for Africa in general, and then for global business to occur. And she's setting the stage beautifully for that to happen. Dr. Pauline is going to have great conversations, and Nema has created great sessions and programs and agenda items for everyone to partake in. So it's wonderful. I'm looking forward to having a breakout session on real estate, as many African countries are looking to create smart cities or further develop and construction initiatives. So it's going to just be a powerhouse of conversation. So thank you so much also for your support.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Naidu, I think you're planning to be there as well, correct? Oh, you're on mute. You're still on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that.
There we go. No worries. We can hear you now. I'm glad we
sorry
can.
about that. Yeah, I'm certainly planning to be there, and between now and the event time, I'm going to work with Nima and provide all the assistance, whatever I can. And I'm sure this is going to be a great event. And we certainly are going to miss you, though. We thought you were going to be there, but you just mentioned that a couple of days ago that you are not going to be here. So we are going to miss you.
I'm going to miss it and plan to come next year for sure. So, is there anybody else here that's planning to be at the event in Tanzania that would like to say something? Or anybody else that would like to either ask a question or make a comment? I saw Shalom again come and go, so he must be having an internet problem, although I know he's in the US, so it happens anywhere in the world. Sometimes these things happen. The internet does amazing, strange things. TT, having now heard more about what NEMA is planning in Dar es Salaam next month, did you have any additional thoughts of synergies or other ways that we can help support her, and then kind of tying into, you know, the follow-up with the program that you've got? And any ideas or thoughts that you have?
Not at this time, but I think fantastic effort has been made, and all we can really do is continue to support Nina and her team as best we can. But yeah, nothing comes to mind yet. But Nina and I have spoken in the past that we'll start thinking after her event about the connection. And yeah, I think she's got very good breakout rooms, very good sessions. It's all been well thought through. And yeah, that's really it for me. So well done to the entire team.
Well, one of the ideas we have, and I think we're just about to reach out to our network across Africa, in particular focus in on global advisors and executive directors, is an appeal to come to the event. Any suggestions about how to position this so that someone on the ground would be more compelled to attend?
So at this time, we need to have the confirmation by this week. For African countries, we have few that can participate without visa, especially those who are around SADC and East Africa, and ECOWAS, the integration path. But those from West Africa, most of them, I think they need visa to come to Tanzania. Right now is the time. And also we are open in our website. We have through Global Chamber and also through the website, we have contacts there. When you just hit any email or call, you will be able to be assisted in anything. And most especially, we want as many companies come and advertise your own company and what you do. We need the services. We need each other. We need to unite. We need to move forward together. So this is the only thing I'll say. And I'd say thank you so much, my sister Titi. I know she's coming, although she's having her own event in September, but she's there to support. And I say thank you so much. And Dr. Pauline, Erica, and all the team, Jem, Doug, and I see Russell here, who I don't know if he's still here, but yeah, I would like to thank each one and every one of you. Naidu, we have never met, but we always text each other and support each other. I'm looking forward to meet you next week as I'm heading to Zanzibar tomorrow. But I know we have a lot to catch up and support each other, growing the global chamber in Dar es Salaam and Tanzania. And the one thing, we have very many interested parties who wants to join the global chamber. So I think this is the opportunity now to raise the bar, and together we're going, this is an African proverb to say, together we can move far and fast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nima. Josh, you have your hand raised. What would you like to share?
Oh, thank you. That's a great overview. Nima, I was wondering whether you would be willing or able to share the slides, the pitch, or any outward-looking document that we can use to blast out the great information about this event. I do have quite a number of friends and partners that I'm sure will be interested. It would just be helpful to share with them a teaser of exactly what the opportunities are. But also, I think we have a business partner and representative in Tanzania, and I would like to see whether we can also be present.
Thank you, Jem. I hope you can help me in that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I can also put the file in the chat here.
Yes. And we forgot Dr. Pauline to talk about the king, although he's not going to receive any award, but we have a king from Ghana who is
Yeah.
going to attend. Yes, you might be asking yourselves, why are we involving traditional leaders? But here, everything starts with the community, and people trust their people. So we need them to push our agendas for the global unity. Thank you.
Also, Nima, you've got a very powerful 30-second video. Can you send that? Nima?
Erica or Dr. Pauline, can you help me? I'm in a place where I cannot connect with so many things.
Yeah, there's I don't know quite how to send it to you, Doug, but I'll send it to you and Jemima. It's a little 30-second video.
Super.
Which is very captivating, created for this conference.
Super. Yeah, if it's not on the event listing, Jem, please get that up there. It sounds great. And then we could probably use it in like LinkedIn posts and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about the visa potential problem. So how many countries are visa free? And then in terms of attracting people from across Africa?
So those around the SADC, I think I'll need to update that on the website. Around SADC, the East African countries, 7. I mean, I'll have to double check that. All the integrations, the one who are doing the integration with Tanzania, they can come free visa. But all other countries, they need visa.
Okay, got it. How long does that typically take?
2 weeks for Africans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Alexandra Scott is new in her current role. She actually was an intern a couple of years ago at Global Chamber, one of the best interns we've ever had. And even though her focus is on Japan and Asia, she is helping us with chapter development across the world. When we went through, and she's rechecking this, when we went through a few months ago of how much of Africa we have leadership, we identified 67 chapters for Global Chamber in Africa in the 54 countries. And out of those 67 chapters, 59 of them were covered by either an executive director or a global advisor. So there's more work to do in terms of full coverage. And as Titi found, some of our global advisors have been a little bit doing a little bit of a disappearing act. And so we have some work to do in terms of replacing some. But Alexandra, in terms of what you're hearing here, is this the first you've heard of this event? And anything that you would like to share in terms of the work that you're doing to support the system and then ultimately support NEMA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Doug, thank you so much for the introduction. And yeah, it's a pleasure to meet everyone. Definitely, as we are, these events sound like great opportunities to really help expand, Global Chamber, but also to just create a more unified network throughout Africa. And so it's been a pleasure being able to hear about it from my end. But I also, I'm really interested in understanding, especially as we gain more global advisors or executive directors, what ways we can best streamline the process so that it's easy for, global advisors to kind of come on board, really just get up to speed with the whole process and not have these really complicated systems for starting up with Global Chamber. So, as we have these new events, where there seems like a lot of opportunity to meet new people. I'm just trying to help kind of streamline the process. So certainly if anyone has, any of our executive directors or global advisors have suggestions for how to make that process easier and just how to make being involved with Global Chamber easier, please reach out, certainly. And if there's anything, specific to different regions, in the onboarding process. I'd love to connect and to hear about that.
Sounds good. I think you either broke up for all of us or just me there toward the end, but
Oh, did I?
I heard all of it, so it was fine. And thank you for emphasizing the point around simplicity. You know, as we expand and put in a new operating system over the next several weeks, one of the driving forces of that for us is to make the experience for everyone with Global Chamber to be simpler and easier. One of the challenges we've faced as we've grown is getting to the point where the system is it near the breaking point. There's data on every single member in multiple locations, and that's become just unbearable in terms of being able to manage it. And so that's going to bring all of the data together, be able for us to understand each member better and to deliver more value, including the simplicity aspect. And so we're optimistic about where we'll be in the second half. And I also recognize there's a lot of hard work for us at headquarters over the next couple weeks as we clean the data, migrate the data, and get ready to scale in the second half. Thank you, Alexandra. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Just open up the floor. Yes, Lord. How are you?
On mute. We can't hear you.
Oh yeah, you're muted.
I'm sorry. Hello, how's everyone? I'm glad to be here. To me, we are like one little community. We bring the whole entire world in one little community where we can exchange ideas and show love and respect and make sure that we open ways for business for different part of the world. Again, Mr. Dowd, I'm so proud of your work. For the promotion for Africa, please send it to me as well. I have a large audience that I can promote it through. I've been in Africa for some government issue. I've traveled to Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria. I'm very familiar with this area as a diplomat as well. So if there's some area that I can help, please don't hesitate to send me an email or ask me whatever that you guys want me to do and help in terms of whoever's need visa to certain places or government contact in certain, some of the part of the continent. And I will be here to help. Just one phone call away or one email away.
Thank you very much. Could you explain a little bit about where you are in the work that you do?
I run a trading company, which we trade product from all over the world as an exchange of culture and as well to show what different country or different part of the world produce and certain needs that other countries have, certain things that they are looking for. We provide them those type of information. Also, in my company, we are a development company as well. We bring investors together on the table and for different purposes or different development in different countries. As I'm talking to you right now, I have an offer of a bank that they are selling in the Dominican Republic, as well as some resort they are selling as well. So all those things come to our table, and what we do, we gather all the investors together. We explain to them what is it all about, and to see the business potential that can establish in different part of the world.
And where are you located?
Right now in the Dominican Republic.
Very good. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for your participation with Global Chamber. We look forward to working with you more going forward. There's a few other folks in the call: Maricel, Sayali, Samia. Thank you for joining, Joanna. Thank you, Charles. I'm not sure which Charles that is, so please, if you're open to speak, let us know more. Otherwise, we'll do a summary unless any of you would like to speak.
Hi, Doug. This is Jem. I have a video would like to share from Dr. Pauline regarding the Africa event. So let me show you.
Beautiful.
So, Doug, when Jim is sharing, I want to add on something that if anyone wants to be connected to the event for purpose of planning, please contact us early so that we can do a proper planning for what you want and what you need, who you want to meet, so that we can do a pre-arrangement. Thank you.
Thank you, Nima.
Okay, let me play the video.
Africa is rising and the world is watching. This July, Tanzania hosts the Africa Trade and Investment Conference, the ATIC 2025. A bold step toward Agenda 2063 and the African Continental Free Trade Area. From youth innovation to women in export, from mining to real estate, from B2B to G2G, this is where transformation happens. Break barriers and be a part of the future of Africa.
Well done. Very nice. Nima, did you want to make any final comments before we close the room?
I think, thank you so much, Doug. Thank you for Global Chamber. Thank you for all the amazing people I keep on meeting. I think this is time for us to unite the world. Not only Africa uniting, but the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's never been more important. This morning, I had a couple back-to-back calls. One was to an old member in Israel and some of the things that they were going through. And then I spoke with a new member she was in Amman, Jordan, leaving Jordan and trying to get back to Riyadh. And I guess the air traffic in the region has been shut down or momentarily closed. And so that region, certainly there's so much going on across Africa. There are places that are going through some real challenges. I'm here in Los Angeles, and even though the media does not present a clear, accurate picture of what's going on here, it's very peaceful, quite honestly, here. Just, some real issues going on with the U.S. government and what it's trying to do to create trouble. And there's so much of that around the world. And I'm just so inspired by all of you and how much good you're doing and how much good we can do collectively together. And so that quote that's attributed to an old African proverb is one that has stuck with me also for many years, that we can go quite quickly ahead by ourselves, but ultimately to go far, we must go together. And so I'm just so happy and proud to be working with all of you, and let's see how far we can go. Thank you, Nima, for all that you do. You are an inspiration, as Dr. Pauline mentioned, and we'll continue, I'm sure, to be inspired by you, and we'll continue to support you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for putting that all together. And love the video. Let's definitely get that video up on the event. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.